Czech #1, Karol Sedlacek! Gentlemen, here he is, the history maker, Brendan Dolan!
Chance to see a player from the Czech Republic playing in front of their home crowd on the European Tour, and it is Karol Sedlacek, a man who had an incredible run all the way to the quarter-finals of the German Darts Grand Prix earlier on this year. Evil Charlie, as he's known, had an absolute blast in Germany as he saw off Diogo Portela, Ian White and Darren Webster. And these guys here in Prague will be cheering him on, hoping he can produce another run. It will start with the former Grand Prix finalist and multiple PDC title winner, Brendan Dolan, their history maker. And tantalisingly, the winner would face the #2 seed and two-time Euro Tour winner this year, Ian White. Will it be a rematch between Evil Charlie and the Diamond? Or can Brendan Dolan underline his status as one of the veterans of PDC darts and a man who's actually come into some decent form of late? I'm Dan Dawson, Chris Murphy alongside me for this. It is the first time we get to see a host nation qualifier in action on the big stage in the Czech Republic on the European Tour.
Yes, and the carol singers are already in full voice here in Prague. Will they be rewarded with a win?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg, it's Karol who drew first. Game on.
Did we ever get to the bottom of why he's known as Evil Charlie?
I think it's an ironic nickname in that he's just really, really nice.
Oh, that wasn't very nice.
He's done a Kev Garcia.
As you reference, Brendan Dolan, he's starting to play much better darts, isn't he, of late? He had that run to the quarterfinals at the Ali Pali last year, the end of last year. That was kind of out of the blue for the way things have been going, but he certainly is seeming to find his best stuff or better stuff of late. In qualifying for this, he was averaging the mid to high 90s in wins against Mark Dudbridge and Dave Pallitt. The man who was in the latter stages of many events 3 to 5 years ago, won several PDC titles, 5 of them in fact in that spell between 2011 and 2014.
And loads of runs to finals as well. It wasn't just like he had 5 good tournaments. He was always having a good tournament, seemingly, Brendan Dolan. And he was winning some of them.
Yeah, including, of course, let's not forget the final of the World Grand Prix.
174.
Fine starts from the history maker. 3 big trebles. And he's first to a finish against the darts.
Oh. Wave it around, throw it in the 60.
100.
Like it,
131.
Well, had that 60 in the first visit stayed in, Sedlacek would be on 76 when he returns. Fine margins in this game.
91. Carol Car
Garcia,
136.
having suffered plenty of bounce outs, ended up losing 6-0. Well, this could be one way to rectify it. What a start from Sedlacek.
Wow. He's Brendan to do first. Game on.
Didn't need the extra 60 points. The Czech with a huge check out to just
60.
say to Brendan Dolan, this is what I'm capable of.
Well, Sedlacek was pretty solid when he beat Diogo Portela in his first round game in Germany.
60.
Earlier this year. He played well against Darren Webster. Let's be honest, he was fortunate against Ian White, who missed the better part of 30 darts at double in that game. But Carroll managed to hit 6 of them, and that was the most important thing.
99.
He was only beaten in the last leg decider by Max Hopp in the quarterfinals, which Hopp himself missed darts to make the final. Who knows what could have happened?
99.
Well, often when we come to new places, the more established names amongst the qualifiers would prefer to have
174.
a home nation qualifier as their opponent, because they are unknown quantities, they can suffer nerves, but of the host nation qualifiers,
44.
Carroll was always going to be the one that they would prefer to avoid. I was on the same flight as some of the players who were talking about the draw before it came out, and you get drawn out against the qualifier before you know who it is.
Yeah.
And the only name that came
84.
up was Carol Sedlacek. He's the only player that any of them had heard of. And he was head and shoulders above the rest in qualifying last night, and indeed in the early hours of this morning. Around 5 points higher average than anyone else across the 5 matches he played to get here.
Yeah, and they did finish very, very late last night. But no need to look at the 14 here. So I can just set this up. Yeah, they did finish
52.
very, very late last night, but you would think the adrenaline and the reception he's got would get him through this without fatigue being too much of a factor.
61. Brendan, you require 32.
Double 16 then for the Northern Irishman to level up.
In shot the
That
second
is
leg.
what he does.
Brendan Dolan. Third leg is
No drama.
Game on.
And he gives a thumbs up to the crowd, who, to be fair, gave him the best of order throwing at the double then.
60.
Yeah, no, they've not tried to distract him or anything, have they? Not as yet, anyway.
A sign of appreciation from Dolan.
140.
We had all kinds of racket going on in Copenhagen last time out in the Euro Tour, but it was such a wall of noise, even from a comparatively small crowd compared to some of the events we've been
59.
to. Such a wall of noise that it didn't seem to be particularly off-putting for players. Yes, it was a heck of an atmosphere with which to contend. You weren't getting some of the whistling or the sudden shouts that you get in certain venues.
140.
Just to further back up the
59.
return to form of Brendan Dolan, he also qualified for European Tour 10 in Austria at the end of August.
No, I think you can probably draw parallels really between Brendan and Justin Pipe in how over the last few months they seem to have come back into some form after being title-winning players who were always in all the big TV tournaments and have then had similar spells where they have struggled.
Well, he's just checking the scores because he doesn't have to bother with the bull at the end of this combination. So instead was looking for treble 10.
83.
Brendan in particular in qualifying for European Tour has a very good record this year. That will be 6 out of 10 in 2019.
136.
We know how important that is. Look,
Brendan,
had it not been for that quarter-final run at the World Championship, Brendan Dolan might not be playing now. That's how big that was. Double 10.
30. Carol, you require 102.
Wanted to hold throw, but 102 for Sedlacek. Went for the ball. Never really liked that myself
62.
with 2 darts in
Brendan,
hand.
you require 10.
And the treble 14 seems the more sensible option in that when it has to go, you've got a bigger target. But Brendan might help him out here anyway because it's the Madhouse.
He's shown the third leg. Brendan Dolan.
Well, there was a little bit of noise as Brendan was throwing for the doubles, but he didn't allow it to put him off. He has shown steady progression on the European Tour in 2019 as well, because in the first couple of events he lost
100
in the first round, but in Sindelfingen he made it to round 2 and then round 3 in Zwolle.
Was one of the few people last year, of course,
96.
Brendan Dolan, to beat Michael van Gerwen on the European Tour as well. And he wasn't that far off beating him earlier this year, was he? Pushed him all the way.
50.
I don't believe that Brendan is playing as well as he was back when he was winning titles, but he certainly looks more competitive.
100.
He seems more likely.
Yeah, well, it was Van Gerwen who beat him in Sindelfingen, as you just mentioned, that match, and then it was Gerwin Price in the Dutch Darts Masters, so you know, not losing to surprise opponents either.
60.
Get beat. Make sure you're getting beaten by one of the top 4 form players on the planet.
85.
Brendan, having got the breaker throw, is in danger of having it stolen back off him here.
You need a big visit. A treble to leave a finish.
97.
Got to stay straight here.
60.
And he's done that. That's the bare minimum that Sedlacek would want to see from that. Leaves him a check out where he does not require the bullseye.
100. Cavalry car 160.
Another Czech player this afternoon. 2 more host nation qualifiers to come this evening.
100. Brendan, you require 94.
94 choice of route here for Brendan Dolan. The safe way is to go for the ball with dart 1. That's where he went, but now he's going to have to go for 2 tops.
34.
All a little bit
Cavalry
messy.
requires 60.
Never really got close to any of those targets.
Being shown the fourth leg. Carl Sedlacek.
Well, there's not many here in Prague at the moment. It'll get busier tonight, get busier over the weekend, but they're doing their best to make a bit of noise as Karol Sedlacek levels this game up by breaking the throw and turns this into a real
97.
contest. If Brendan Dolan thought he'd lucked out by drawing a host nation qualifier and drawing him on the Friday afternoon, he might have been mistaken.
Don't give him a dart at a double. The lesson to be learned so far in this match.
100.
Sedlacek, the only one of those host nation qualifiers to have played on the European Tour before. We're going to see plenty of debutants over the course of today, including 2 in the very next match.
Yeah, what a game it could be as well.
99.
Nyman, talented young Dutch player, against Corey Cadby, former World Youth Champion, UK Open finalist, a PDC title winner in senior darts. But it's fair to say,
45.
in his second coming, he's not hit the ground running in the same manner that he did when he first moved over. It's taken him this long to qualify for a European Tour event. Is he going to make up for lost time?
96.
Carol staying calm on the stage.
100.
Can't be said of everyone in the crowd.
84.
Still fancy his chances from here, Sedlacek.
100.
Vital last dart into the treble, leaves him a 2-dart checkout. Dolan may only get a dart at the ball, might not even get that.
Doesn't get that.
54.
And so far, Sedlacek has
100.
been perfect on doubles. And he's got 2 darts. This time needs 2 darts.
90.
And has missed 2
You
darts.
require 68.
Brendan may only get the 1 though. Treble 20 for double 4. 16 for double. Ooh, just outside, the Northern Irishman could well go behind again.
Double 5 to regain the lead. Any idea?
Game on.
I think I've got a 6-letter word, but I'll have to check with Bevins.
$100.
It's Brendan Dolan who's going to have to work on his numbers game here.
140.
Sedlacek taking it to him. And you mentioned that it was a long night last night for him, but
100.
coming into a tournament, having won 5 matches a matter of hours before, certainly confidence building. He did average over 90 in 3 of those wins.
60.
Might be giving Ian White nightmares should he get past Brendan Dolan, because he'll be able to go off and have a good rest
60.
before tomorrow's meeting with Diamond White. Work to do here yet though.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of darts low, isn't he, in that treble 20,
48.
and a lot of the time he's smashed into them. This time he's decided to switch down the board, but it hasn't helped him out. Brendan, who was a good 20-25 points clear in the first 9 average in the opening exchanges of this one, as that one cartwheels away off the flight.
120.
He's not been able to convert that advantage enough.
99. Brendan, you require 121.
Segments. Double 5.
111. Calorie require 154.
Oh, this would really hurt. Oh, yoy, 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 yoy.
$77. Brendan, you require 10.
Well, this might have to be hit. Very, very high. But he's made the adjustment and levelled up the tie at 3 apiece.
Game on.
Can be a very tricky dart, that second one. If the first one's no help to you at all, you know if you miss inside, you don't get another dart.
140.
It's difficult to really attack it, but Brendan Dolan did. However, Sedlacek, 6 legs into this, 3 all, he has the throw. A bull-up before the match
55.
could prove to be vital in this one. We have not seen a game go the distance as yet. Madas Razma Justin Pipe went 10 legs.
60.
We did, of course, see Carroll at the World Cup of Darts. The Czech Republic team beaten by Poland.
Yeah, they lasted as long as the Northern Irish team, and there were some folks that fancied them to win the whole thing, me included.
Yeah, he was joined by Pavel Yerkel, who hasn't qualified.
Yeah, he couldn't play in the qualifier, Pavel. Apparently, not only does he look a bit like the Czech version of Michael Smith, but he's been suffering from the same sort of abscess issue that Michael Smith was suffering earlier on in the year, and that's meant that he had to withdraw and couldn't play in the qualifier last night, Pavel Yerkel.
95.
The Northern Ireland's departure at the World Cup opened up that section of the draw, because it was the same section which saw Wales eliminated in the first round as well. Really intriguing and exciting tournament to watch.
59.
Kind of gets forgotten when you talk about the season as a whole, doesn't it, the World Cup? But when it comes around...
Well, I think every year it's grown in significance. And you're seeing, it's primarily because of the strength in depth that has made it a strong tournament, and it's the emergence of nations like Poland and the Germans and maybe the Czechs at some point.
Too
many troubleless visits from Karol Sedlacek is making life difficult for him.
Could this be the break that Brendan needs? He's going to get a dart at his favourite double.
79.
Just the width of the wire, denying Dolan.
Beautiful dart. Next door for double 8.
75. Brand new require
Crowd's
32.
reaction will tell you how close that was.
Well, Brendan looking a double 16 again. Double 8, that could be tricky. How high is that?
16.
Where was that?
Well, they're quite long darts that Brendan throws. I can only assume that it was blocking the bottom portion of that double 8, and so he's gone high and ended up far too close to the double 11, and Sedlacek makes him pay. Well, whatever
59.
voodoo that Sedlacek performed on Ian White, he may have performed something similar on Brendan Dolan, because 11 missed darts at double so far in this match.
60.
Continues to only hit 1 in 5 of his darts at double. Doesn't matter that he's got a higher average, doesn't matter that he's outscoring him by and large. Sedlacek's got a very real chance of winning this. There you see, I mean, that's nearly 20 points in the first 9 average.
100.
And it could be a big, big moment for darts in the Czech Republic, because
140.
I think it's fair to say that this man is their best chance of having somebody in action on Saturday. And as we know, these European Tour events kind of become a different tournament when the
60.
weekend hits.
Well, even tonight, I'll be interested to see. We've got no yardstick by which to measure the crowd size here, but Friday night is usually significantly better than Friday afternoon. And these guys are doing their best to lift Sedlacek. It's always the same with the host nation qualifiers. Doesn't matter how many fans you've got in, they won't count, they won't make their presence felt unless they've got something to cheer. Sedlacek has given them something to cheer here.
100. Calgary Crown 161.
From the very start, the 136 checkout, this would better even that, but surely even Evil Charlie isn't going to go for this. We'll never know.
99.
That's not bad.
Well, Brendan Dolan at the moment, mentioned the missed doubles earlier on, but powerless in this leg. Can't do anything but hope.
150.
Sedlacek misses. Even the perfect setup might not be enough for Brendan to earn darts at double, because Sedlacek's got 2. And he's found the bed and finds himself on the brink of a famous win here.
14 darter for Karol Sedlacek. And the first host nation qualifier we've seen in action today in Prague is throwing for a 6-3 win against a man who's won 5 PDC titles and made a major final and the quarter-finals of the most recent World Championship.
Oh, but he's got his range, Brendan. 150 at the end of the last leg, 180 to start this one.
First time we've seen the helicopter finger. We might need to see it once or twice more if he is going to turn this around.
I'd like to see it again after this visit, Dan.
Well, there's a reason they call him the history maker, you know.
140.
Oh, he had it ready, didn't he? Hiding behind his back as he checked the score. A nice show of respect from Evil Charlie.
100.
And he has stolen the darts, 5 perfect darts to start the leg. Going to give you chances, but Brendan has not been taking all of his chances. What a leg of darts this is from Brendan Dolan.
Well, it's 8 out of 9 darts before this visit, wasn't it?
135.
A chance to go out in 11. Could be under some pressure though. Oh, what timing!
46.
Brendan Dolan, 46 left after 9, but if it doesn't go, Sedlacek could win this match. Does it go? Or does Brendan go? Last dart saves him. 12 darter from Brendan Dolan when he desperately needed it.
Just wondered if his purple patch was going to end at the worst possible point.
$45.
Looks like it has ended, but he did manage to get a leg back during it.
60.
And no real harm done with that first turn. Brendan has the darts to force a decider, and then he must hope that the pressure gets to his opponent.
I think Brendan had a sequence of 10 out of 12 perfect darts there, and he's just gone 6 darts here without hitting a treble. And if this continues, he's in all sorts of trouble.
77.
Even now, Sedlacek will fancy his chances, and everybody in this hall will as well.
Well, he's determined to stay there then. I'm surprised he didn't do that with dart number 2 and just switch down, because it did look a very awkward first dart. Still very much in the balance this leg, and therefore this match.
95.
Unfortunate deflection with that second dart, just taking it into the 5 segment.
Getting tense, isn't it?
43.
The previous leg was finished at this point.
That is superb from Brendan Dolan. The 177 should give him 2 darts to level this match up.
Needs to find a treble.
92.
Does so.
Brendan, you're about 48.
To leave a big out, one we've seen already today. But 48 would deny Carroll a shot at 148. Sneaks it in, double 16 to force a last leg shootout for the first time at the Czech Darts Open. Will it be a Czech player that wins it?
Well, when we've seen Carroll on the Euro Tour, it's always gone close. 6-4 against Portela, 6-4 against White, 6-5 against Darren Webster, and beaten 5-6 by Max Hopp. We are going all the way with Brendan Dolan, and that is not a bad start from Evil Charlie.
100.
Is that stat there going to prove to be the difference?
59.
Twice as efficient on the doubles, Karol Sedlacek. Taking half the number of darts at double to hit the same number of winning darts.
He's
looking on course to get there first in this shootout.
And this isn't like a host nation qualifier on his debut who doesn't know what it's like to hit a winning double. He's done it. He's done it 3 times on the Euro Tour before.
Well, Brendan has to hit big.
100.
That treble was a minimum requirement, really.
I think Evil Charlie would have snapped your hand off for 68 left after 12 in a last leg decider. Needs a treble. Gets a treble. Last dart again. Brendan Dolan clinging on by his fingernails in this.
68 the target, and he's got 2 darts at double. He's been deadly on doubles all match. And Karol Sedlacek, the Czech player, wins through at the Czech Darts Open at the expense of Brendan Dolan. You see why the doubles did for Dolan in this first round, as Karol Sedlacek wins 6-5, and we will have a Czech player in the second round tomorrow.
Karle, strašně gratuluju, Jsi fakt borec, vůbec nevím, co říct, byl jsem trochu fakt nervózní. Pověz mi, hrozně diváků mi Donovi píše, že by chtěli rozhovor s tebou v angličtině. Chceš ho udělat v angličtině nebo asi v češtině?
Nechal bych to na češtinu.
Dobře, tak v češtině, tak to v češtině.
I když moje rozhovory v angličtině jsou velice zajímavé.
Kájo, já ti musím dávat mikrofon pro mě. Prosím tě, takže první leg, hnedka skvělý zavření, asi tě to dost nakoplo?
No, spíš je to trošku položilo, si myslím, no. Jako, říkal jsem, to je tak jednoduchý a najednou to nebylo tak jednoduchý.
Tak to trochu jako vypadlo, ale diváci, myslím, že tě podpořili, byli skvělí, co na ně říkáš?
No, tak kromě Královky jsem nezažil nic lepšího a patřím obrovský dík tady všem.
Byli jste fakt skvělí. Chceš nějak pozvat lidi třeba na zítřek? Zítra hraješ s Ianem Whiteem, mohlo by to být krásný repete z toho Mnichova, co ty na to?
Tak určitě, já si myslím, že s Janem mám velice pozitivní bilanci a všechny pozvu. A slibuju, že budu zavírat líp.
Takže pokud chcete vidět Káju Sedláčka zítra naživo tady ve Letňanech, tak určitě doražte. Kája, to je náš borec.